Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup podcast, episode 185. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
Good. I went to an event on Friday. I played cards with people in person.
Did you
in the flesh and blood?
Oh my God.
I know.
Were they fleshy and bloody?
Yes. It was. We'll talk about it. And we're also going to talk about, once I can find my notes, I also played some Dice Throne. I'm going to look at the market. Dustborn's up to $600. Collector. Bloomborough over 900. Crazy. Everything's fine. And then we're going to talk some Spider-Man spoilers. We're going to talk some Lorwyn rumors. And then we'll get into the economicals.
Yep.
But you want to start with what you played? Oh, you played nothing.
I played nothing. I did play No Man's Sky on Steam Deck. I do want to say I am pleased with Steam Deck. It's
nice.
It's a very good form factor. They did it right with the quality of the screen, the lightness of the device.
Did you get the OLED one or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's very
a nice screen.
I like the whole thing a lot, and I did not think I would, because this is probably my third or fourth
Yeah, because you got the Switch.
Video games.
Yeah.
I got the Switch. You remember way back at the where we worked together?
Yeah.
The folding Nintendo I got to try to play Pokemon.
Oh, you got a 3DS, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and I was like, this is the first one I'd gotten in probably a decade plus, and I was like, this is crap. I can't do this.
No, it's come a long way.
Yeah, but I did that. I did the Switch, which I did play because of COVID, but not that much beyond COVID.
But also the Switch is now like a 8-year-old device.
Yeah, but it
9-year-old
wasn't at the time.
No, I know. But it was already kind of behind for that time.
Yeah,
Nintendo's always a little behind.
To be fair, it had nothing to do with the hardware at the time. It had to do with the fact that I just couldn't find anything compelling enough to keep me playing mobile gaming.
Right. No, that's fair.
Or not mobile gaming, whatever they call it. Handheld gaming? What do they call that category?
Handheld gaming. Mobile gaming. Yeah.
Well, mobile's phone, isn't it? Mobile device?
Sure. Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Handheld is the handheld format. Yeah.
Anyways, this actually got me. And it's just No Man's Sky. Like, once I get bored of this game, I may put it down and never touch it again. So look for future reviews. Don't go out and spend the money right now if you're not sure. But it has been fun so far, and No Man's Sky has been good with the new patch.
Nice.
So.
I played
no cards.
I played some video games. I resubscribed to World of Warcraft, so see you in a couple months.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, and I also downloaded old school RuneScape on my phone, and started an Iron Man run on that. So that's my mobile gaming.
Gotcha.
It's actually really zen and relaxing, just because it's
whacking trees
and mining, and then just getting better gear, and then you can go fight things, and it's kind of broken.
Is that where you became the person that goes and mines? And
yes, that is the beginning. That's the origin story. Before I could afford to play World of Warcraft, I played RuneScape because it was only $5 a month instead of $15. So I was cheap and a kid and did that instead. And then eventually I was like, I got a job. And then I was like, I can afford WoW now. So I switched to WoW and never looked back.
It's weird you weren't there at the beginning.
I know.
It's weird.
I was there. I started 4 months before Burning Crusade.
That was the first
patch
or whatever?
Yeah, so I played in vanilla, but only for like 4 months.
Yeah. I mean, that's long enough at that time, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I hit 60 in vanilla, and then re-rolled a Blood Elf Warlock when Burning Crusade came out.
I don't even think I hit 60 in vanilla, I'll be honest. And I was there when it first came out, day one. And I just eventually ran out of steam because it felt very repetitive and simple. Because it really was back then.
It was the summer I was going into high school, and I met a bunch of new friends because I was going to a high school where like none of my grade school friends were going. And the group of guys that I was hanging out with that I was going to go to high school with from the crew team all played World of Warcraft. And so when I told my parents that, they were like, all right, fine. And so then I started on that path. And we played all through high school. And then I played a little bit of college and then been on and off since.
He's never been the same, people.
Nope. It's got its hooks in me. It's
World
fun.
of War crack.
It is. It is a much cheaper hobby than cards. I'll tell you that.
It is that. Yeah. Speaking of cards, you played some actually?
Yeah, I smashed the Palace on Friday. I went to our local game store and played Smash Palace, the new Flesh and Blood booster set that came out.
Explain it for the people out there that don't know what the heck this is. Like,
there's a big giant box. It's crack 'em and smack 'em. Smash Palace brings multiplayer melee to Flesh and Blood like never before. And it's as simple as crack, shuffle, play. Crack 3 packs, remove the last 3 cards from each pack, then shuffle the rest and play. To keep your pit fighters on their toes, Smash Palace introduces the event deck. When the arena can change with the draw of a card, you'd better keep your wits about you to win. So it can be played 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, best with 4 players. It is Ultimate Pit Fight. And it comes with, did I say 12 packs? I think 12. Right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And so they're all of the so they're not, I think one is young, but the rest are called pit fighters, so you can't use them in Blitz. It's really just for this product.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you open the 3 packs, you build your deck, you pick your hero, or just somehow agree who's going to play what hero. There's 6 heroes. They're all guardians. You have a default weapon. And out of the packs you open, you look through them. If there's any equipment, you can equip that. And then you play Ultimate Pit Fight. And it comes with a bunch of tokens too, for like resources and battle worn and extra damage and gold and seismic surge tokens because Guardian. And a dominate and a crushed.
That are like perforated, so you rip apart a card and it's 2 tokens. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a sheet that you pop them all out. And then there's the event deck, which is super cool. So at the beginning of each turn, you flip over an event card and you do that thing on your upkeep, like the first thing you do to start your turn. And everyone was constantly forgetting how to do it, or forgetting to do that because it's new.
Out of standard.
So if someone was about to start their turn, someone at the table would go, event, and then someone else at the table would go, event. And then and then it started at our table, and because there were 2 tables going, there was 7 of us.
Yeah.
And so the other table just started laughing when they heard what we were doing, because they pieced it together, and they started doing it too. So all night, throughout the night, you just heard event.
That's funny.
But the events actually did like matter and change, and sometimes you can draw equipment, which is kind of cool, or you can draw like your decks
auto equip at that point, or how's that work? Okay.
Yeah, if the slot's open. Otherwise, it just goes in the discard.
Yeah, I got it.
There's cards that shuffle the event deck. There are cards that give you gold, make you clash, make you wager, do all the big guardian things. I had a ton of fun. It's very casual pick up and play kind of thing.
Yeah, I would hope so, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
Now, when you say it's UPF, does that mean everyone? How does that work? I forget. UPF is everyone attacks to the left or something like that?
You get to choose. You can only attack to the left or right.
Is that still true in this?
Yes, but there are some event cards that'll let you attack anybody.
Got it. Okay.
And then there's one hero that if you're able to pay 3 resources, which you can spend a crazy amount of resources in this game because of all the seismic surges that come. Because there's new cards and returning cards. All the cards are Guardian, obviously. And so you have a ton of blues in your deck. You have a ton of just ways to get resources, and you can heave things, and so you just the one hero is able to attack both left and right at the same time. So like they can throw an attack, and then that both players have to defend it.
Yeah, it's a group smash.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. And then the character I was playing, Grix, can, if the opponent, if the person you're attacking has a seismic surge token, your attack does +1, which is a good breakpoint. And most times people have seismic surge tokens. And when you attack them, you clash, and the winner of the clash gets a seismic surge token. So if you lose the clash, then you get +1 on your attack if they didn't have one already. And if you win, then you get a seismic surge.
Yeah.
So there's no real downside to it unless they already had one, and then you lose. Came in second both times, which was kind of cool.
Nice.
And so the pricing was splitting up the product, because it's essentially like we bought 2 copies of this board game thing. So I got to take the event deck home. So I have the event deck now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they were for sale online. I did see that when we were looking at it last week. So is this the first Crack Shuffle Play official product? Because that was a format. I don't know if that came from Fab or if it was.
It came from Fab,
originally. Because you remember that was like an event type. They were kind of like some people were playing. I wasn't sure if it was official or not. It was official.
I think so.
That was them beta testing this product.
Probably.
Got it. Okay. It was a good mechanic. I mean, generally, it was kind of weird on some of the older sets. It was like, oh,
it works better when it's made for it.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't think I'd play it again, but I don't know. It was fun. It was fun for a night.
One-off evening of fun.
Smash. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was a good time. Good to see people. But yeah, and then I played some Dice Throne. Had some coworkers come into town yesterday. That's why I wasn't looking at cards. And we grilled and played Dice Throne and Mario Kart and Smash Bros. And it was a ton of fun.
Did you skip Nemesis?
Yeah. The one coworker who would have been the 5th wasn't able to make it. He's the number 2 big board game person of the group. So we figured we would just keep something more simple since there was just 4 of us.
Got it. Yeah. Nemesis, look it up on Board Game Geek, is a ridiculously complex looking game.
And it's wild.
You had at least one person that was a relatively non-board gamer, right?
No, everyone was at least, I was probably the least board gamer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, okay. I misunderstood that.
Yeah. Both of my bosses that were coming were both, one is a crazy board gamer and the other is just kind of my level.
Gotcha.
Doesn't get a chance to play as often, but he had never played Dice Throne. He won the second game as Loki, which is a complex character, and he played a different character the game before, and he picked it up real quick. I
mean, it's pretty simple game if you're a board gamer. So
So that's what reaffirms that. Yeah.
Gotcha. I did not realize it. That's
cool. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I had second guessed it, but no, it was definitely he came in and crushed it. It was fun. And then we ate way too much food.
I mean, that's kind of the law, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a law somewhere.
Yeah, I grilled barbecue chicken for lunch, and we grilled burgers for dinner. We made homemade fries in. Have you ever had fries cooked in beef tallow?
No. Well, maybe at a restaurant when they did it, and it was a minor note that I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was delicious. It was really good. But yeah, that's all I played.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw you were poking around the market. Anything else stick out to you? The 2 things that we were talking about before we turned on the recording. Duskmorn is up to $600, and and Bloomburrow's up to 900. So Bloomburrow continues moving up.
It does.
I know Wilds of Eldraine made another jump too. Let me just double check that one.
I mean, the big news, the most important of these pricing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, is the Final Fantasy Collector Booster display is $19.99, and by that number I mean $19.99 for a collector booster of Final Fantasy. There's no cards in there, mind you, but
no.
It's important to realize that has come down 20% since last week. Okay, guys.
The bubble has popped.
The bubble has popped. Massive crash in empty boxes. Big crash. I still can't believe you could sell those things on here, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Wilds of Eldraine, $1,000 box.
Oh, it broke at 1K.
It's at 1K.
Congrats, Wilds of Eldraine. I mean, that was kind of coming.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised it took so long to move because that was a super popular set back when it came out.
Yeah, it's like a Bloomburrow. There's not serialized, but there's popular rare cards in it.
Yeah, it's just really it's probably the power basis is spread out. There's a lot of different cards that people like.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like it gets these spikes as Lands Matter happens or this happens. As a new theme hits in the next set, people go back and get the other ones, and then it's worth cracking, etc.
Yep. Yeah. And Spider-Man sunk down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're at 881.
Great.
Everything's fine.
Fine. Still not out yet. When does it come out?
End of September.
God.
19th. The official pre-release is the 19th.
So
26th.
Take your bet. 1K. Did it hit 1K yet? It didn't.
It did.
Oh, it did actually crash.
No. Yeah. 967.
It did not hit 1K.
So, high sale was 984.
Will it actually sell?
Oh, no. TCG player is saying high sale 999. Oh, I still not 1,000, but 999.97. 3 cents away.
Not enough. Will it crack? And I mean by crack, sell one box above 1,000 before release?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say no because
then I will contrary and say yes.
Yeah, at this point, this is my reasoning. Whether it's right or wrong, I have no idea, honestly. My reasoning is that everyone who got in that hype and bought, right? They bought. They see that it's now dipped, and now it's the wait for the full market to hit, right? Because you don't know how many more boxes will come to market that can't right now because they're not stores, et cetera, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's the logic. It's not great logic with the mania we're in right now, but it's just that's my logic. I say no. We have 3-4 weeks to get this thing out. Hopefully it stays down. We get a little calmness before the storm. But reality is, if you're buying in pre-order right now, high probability you're going to get canceled on.
Yeah, unless it's a trusted LGS.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're seeing them in person and you know who they are, that's a different thing. But like TCG Player.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's why I do not pre-order on TCG Player.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even the good stores, like if you were to try to buy right now, we had that with what was the one, Final Fantasy, I think.
Yeah.
We both tried to get it and they canceled on us.
Yeah.
Because they just don't. They think
they didn't get
more
it
than they do, and they don't get it, or they think there will be a second wave and there isn't, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarkir is down to 305. I find that fascinating. It makes me want to open that box more, but then I think about building a deck around the dragons, and I really don't want to.
Yeah. And as soon as you open it, it'll go up, though.
Oh, absolutely. That always happens. Well, that's not always true. There's definitely been some I've opened that have been duds for a very long time.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just making a joke.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for freaking Midnight Hunt to go up. That's the true final stage.
Another one, I mean, it is Universes Beyond still, but it was a very frowned upon product. Assassin's Creed Collectors is almost back up to 400.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't think it will. It's been over a year. So it's the data or on the release date is no longer on TCG Player. But
right. Yeah. I saw a sale for the regular boxes, the
Beyond
boxes.
boosters.
Yeah. I saw a sale for that recently on one of the places that I buy from. So those are still around and kicking, and because they're going on sale, that's a thing, I guess.
Yeah. One thing I did not expect while clicking around here: Lord of the Rings Special Edition's about to hit 3K.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Yep. Everything's fine.
Are you gonna sell? You
No,
have some, right?
I have one.
Oh, I thought you had more than one. Okay.
No, and Julian and
So
I.
you can't sell. It's illegal for you to sell, right?
What?
It's illegal for you to sell because you only have one. Like you
Yes,
can't not have it.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So my wife and I are working on our will soon, and
Christ, here we go.
I
This
may
is
have it.
special. Let's
I
go.
may have it written that I am to be
Lord of the
buried
Rings.
with this.
No.
This and
Don't
my
do
Spider.
that.
This and my
What if it's
Spider-Man
worth like
box.
20K and that's like that
Taking it
pays for
with
the
me. I'm
funeral?
taking it with me.
No, don't do that. What if your poor wife? I'm assuming you'll go first just because average
Absolutely.
men do, but
Yeah, and the
like
way things I've done. Yeah.
20K. Could you imagine her having to put like what if it's like 75K at that point? Like who knows how long this is from now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
75K box of shit and she's got to throw in a fucking grave and bury it with a rotting corpse. Like that's mean.
No, no. I'm getting cremated. So the ashes will just
Hey, even worse.
conceal the
Oh man. Just light 75K on fire.
It's fine. No, I'm just joking. That won't
I
actually
mean, for
happen.
that to hit
But
that price, inflation would have gone very crazy and 75K just wouldn't be that much.
I mean, it is America, so who knows?
It's true. And Lord of the Rings for that matter.
And Lord of the Rings.
God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else in markets. Wasn't really paying too close attention to it. I
Things
did
are
buy
just
some
they're still
singles.
moving up.
Yeah, it's the same thing it's been for the past few months,
Yeah.
and we talked about it in great succession of like a series of stuff that no need to revisit
No.
until changes happen. But I am buying singles; they seem fine. I did hear the Green Snake from Edge of Eternities is out of control. There's several combos and several formats with it. Would you
Yep.
like me to read it?
Sure.
2/2 green creature plant worm. So 1/3 for 4. So 2/2 green. It's terrible, like for that.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X+1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. So turn 1, it becomes a 2/4 at the beginning of combat, right? Turn 2, it becomes 4, 5, whatever it is. It keeps doubling very quickly, and importantly, it's power and it's at the beginning of combat, so you can activate +1s on everything first turn it comes out, even if it can't attack, right? And importantly, because
so then that
it's at
gets
the beginning
doubled.
of combat. Yeah, and because it's at the beginning of combat on that first turn, you bring it out, you put equipment on it. You put a giant growth, a 1 green.
That's
a
dumb.
1 green giant growth is what, like +3/+3 or something like that. So yeah, on everything for 1 green. Yeah, talk about power creep. This card's busted.
That's wild.
Yeah. Anyways, I heard about that. I was like, let me look at this nasty worm. Because when I first saw this, I was like, that's really good. And then no one said anything about it. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I was like, maybe I just have a misperception of what power is. Because that happens frequently with me. And then it came back and people were like, it's breaking all the formats.
Fun. Also, I misspoke. Dustmorn's 670.
What did you say?
600.
My God. Man.
It's almost 700.
Yeah, you broke the internet with that one. All right. Moving on.
30 sales over the weekend. 57 in stock.
Huh. Why the hell did Dustmorn go nuts?
I don't know. They were bought up to 530, 525.
You think there's a Spider-Man card that synergizes or something?
No, I think there's just these products are getting low and people are just coming in and scooping up a bunch of them. I think there's people making moves. Like there's on a lot of these, it's all like 1-2 days that they just spike up.
Yeah, we did highlight. It was some other podcaster you listened to that was talking about it, right? How there's like coordinated buyouts of collector boxes or something like that.
It's like you blink and it's a new price.
Yeah. Well, it
Because
happens.
if there's like, yeah, I mean, if there's like, because think about just the reaction to it, right? So say you have like 20 people that are all willing to go buy up to a $400 collector box, and then you all draw straws to see who gets the short string and has to buy the more expensive one, and then you all just check out from the different stores at different times at the same time, and then now it's just a new price because you bought that whole chunk out, and now it's to the next jump.
Yep. It's crazy. Super
and
risky.
then the next couple days, one or two, because people just have FOMO or whatever and buy it, and then that price just has been then steadily staying there or going up.
Well, yeah, because there's no new supply to help.
Right, exactly.
Fill in on that, yeah.
And I think these big jumps are kind of like a test almost, like because if you come back and watch over the next, what'll be really interesting is watching over the next month to see how much comes to market. Because if not a whole lot comes to market, I could see people doing the same thing. It's like, oh snap, people, they aren't coming. There isn't more.
There's no more Lord of the Rings, that's for sure.
Yep. There's at least one.
Time's like, I got mine.
Yeah. I may let my Fallout collector box go this fall when season 2 drops. We'll see.
Oh yeah, if it spikes, that's a good time to do it. Yeah.
But thinking about things spiking, before we get into Spider-Man spoilers, there's been some leaks for Lorwyn.
All right, talk us through it.
There's a couple things here. The first one being a new product, and I guess it's being called Draft Night. This is all rumors, but there's a Draft Sim article on it. It's MSRP set for $90. You get 12 play boosters, 1 collector booster, and 90 basic lands. And then you can have a draft night with your friends, and presumably the winner gets the collector booster. It seems kind of cool, and I think it's that way of, hey, yeah, you can still draft with your friends for $100. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a take-home product for 4. Like that's
oh, absolutely, yeah,
not bad.
And you can tell that like Spider-Man was a preemptive set to it because because of the new draft format that they built. Like Spider-Man's the test for that, so it's interesting that we didn't get a draft night of Spider-Man. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're testing it with that product. That's what they said, right?
Yeah.
So the prices went up too, right? MSRP.
Yeah. I'll get there in a sec. The next one is they're listed as pre-constructed decks. There are 2 individual decks with an MSRP of $24 each, and they're supposedly 60 card decks. So think like theme decks. So think like commander decks to get into standard. Like you buy a product to get into the 60 card format, like you do a commander deck.
Yeah, they've had those before.
Yeah, so they're coming back. Then the price hikes. Play boosters are set to stay the same at $550. So that's the plus. So play boxes shouldn't be touched by this. Collector boosters went up $2 from 25 to 27. Bundles 54 to 58. And commander precons from 45 to 50. And this is for universes within sets.
So that was my question. What is the collector box MSRP universe within right now?
25 times 12.
I couldn't remember.
25. 300.
Is that accurate? It's 300.
Mm-hmm. If collector boosters are 25 MSRP, and there's 12 packs, So it'd be 300. Because they don't do the by the box their MSRPs, they do the by the pack.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, now
So
it's
it'd be like 324.
325.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a huge thing, but it's just one more thing.
Not nothing.
And since
Not
they
nothing.
haven't done like an MSRP or like a price adjustment in so long, and then they came out with it last year. What was it last year with Foundations?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you mean they just did it?
No. That what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like there was
Before
such a
that,
long
right, right.
time that they
Yeah.
didn't, and then two real quick makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, they're gonna do it every year now. Get
But
you used
again,
to it.
these are all rumors.
Training you.
Yeah.
Training you.
But they all kind of like I would believe these rumors.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing in here seems out of control. I think this is
No.
totally true or close enough.
Yeah. And it would make sense with how soon how early they've been getting pre-orders for sets.
Well, and yes, how much demand, all this stuff they're
So
seeing.
like
Why
you would
wouldn't
think
they?
that they
Why
would
wouldn't they?
start to be solicited for ordering Lorwyn.
Oh my God, guys. Guys, it's like when we get in these hype bubbles, they have a good excuse to raise the prices.
Surprise! They want more of the pie.
Yeah, well, not only that, but also probably to cool demand a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that is the mechanism as a company you use to slow demand because you raise the price and you'll get less demand, meaning
I think if
more
they really
popular
wanted to
stuff.
slow demand, they would have increased it higher, but
They don't want to slow demand a
right,
lot.
exactly. That's what I'm
Slow
saying.
demand
That's
a
what I'm saying.
little. Just a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because clearly their printers can't freaking keep up Final Fantasy.
No. And
Like,
it
that's where you have to do that because it's like we can't increase capacity to meet demand. So we need to increase price to maximize the price curve.
yeah, and I think it's affecting other games too. Like I've
Is
heard
it?
yeah, like Pokemon obviously can't keep up with demand. And now
Oh,
Lorcana, I guess this latest set of Lorcana is like all is pretty small.
huh. Interesting.
But like this is the first time stores are getting allocated for Lorcana.
Hmm. Everyone's cutting back on the supplies.
Mm-hmm. But I guess it's more of a reprint set. So
Oh,
maybe
gotcha.
they did
That
it on
actually makes sense.
purpose.
Yeah. That's a little different.
But there's still new enchanteds in it, like the big flashy cards.
Hmm.
So it has a chance if they did not print as much of it that those become as rare as like first chapter stuff. But I don't know. I don't know much about Lorcana. I just
Yeah, I was gonna say
overheard
I
that on a
honestly
podcast.
only know some of those words.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I kind of know what you're saying.
it's fine. But yeah, and then we got a
When
bunch
is
of Spider-Man
Lorwyn? Do you
spoilers.
know?
What?
When's Lorwyn come out?
I
When
think
is
it's
that?
like the January set. I think it's like the
Early next year. Okay.
early next. It's the first set of 2026.
I like that if that's true.
Yeah, it should be like January because we're getting Avatar in November, then we skip December, then we get it in January.
So there's going to be low demand for that set because post holiday everyone's burnt out, right? That's what I'm
Aether
saying.
Drift was in that spot,
That's what I'm saying. Oh
and
no, is it a bomb set? Is this a terrible set? I'll be
and
sad.
I know MKM was the year before that.
Oh no, this is the terrible set. That's sad because I like the IP. Oh, I was really hoping this was a good set because it's
maybe
so
it'll
nostalgic.
break the curse.
Because remember they did move it from where it was
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So it was designed outside of the B in the bomb spot. Maybe they moved it there because they thought it would be a good set and they're trying to break the curse.
Hopefully,
But it's still January. Like no one has money in January. Like if
yeah.
it's early in the year, that's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how good you are.
No,
Anyway, sorry.
that's okay.
Spider-Man spoilers.
Yeah, we've talked about a couple. There were a couple. There's a bunch of new ones. Um, there's the new Eddie Brock showcase with the comic art
Mm-hmm.
and the Venom Lethal Protector #1 variant cover, which is pretty cool. And then of course Ultimate Spider-Man for Miles Morales.
And
I
with
like that they're
great
doing
power.
the comic. I like how they're doing the comic covers as the old arts. If you're
Yeah,
looking at the top section of Skyfall,
I was
I
not.
guess it's
But
the second section.
showcase cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they look good. They're very on theme. I like
Mm-hmm.
the theme. They did a good job with the theme. The art is very consistent and nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like Final Fantasy, there's definitely some where it's like theoretically consistent, but just felt wrong. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, granted, not a Final Fantasy fan, so maybe Final Fantasy people are like, "What? You're insane! They're amazing. They hit exactly right." You know.
I think it's those weird like video game screenshot ones that it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah. There's some that
yeah.
you're just like, me.
I think these work better than the video game screenshots.
1000%,
Yeah.
1000%. All of the art that I've seen
Yeah.
so far looks like it's perfectly fine on a Magic card.
Yeah.
And some of them it looks like really freaking cool for a Magic card.
Mm-hmm. Craven the Hunter
Like kind
looks
of
awesome.
next level art that we don't really get that often. So
Yeah.
what was that?
The Craven the Hunter.
I was looking at Venom Hunger. I think that one feels more like old Magic when they went crazy with it, but better art than the old Magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's just like you don't see a Magic card like that anymore.
No.
Let's see, what was the other one that really caught my eye that I was like, oh yeah, I love that. I do all the comic book ones pretty much all work. Even this Peter Parker, like the 1-in-1 white weird,
Yeah. Yep.
like very old school comic style.
Oh
Even
yeah.
that, like, no, they pulled it off. They made it work the way
Yeah.
they did the framing and everything.
Yeah.
And then of course the ones that go together as the big set, you know what I mean? The one that's like a big picture
Mm-hmm.
when you put them all next to each other, that is perfect. Love that. Yeah, there's just a bunch. There's a bunch that are good, and they're all different. Well, not all different, but there's many different art styles, and they all seem to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do think they nailed this. Honestly, of all the Universe Beyond, this is probably my favorite look.
That's surprising. Oh, look. Okay.
Yeah, like from a visual standpoint,
Yeah.
I've had complaints about probably every other one. Right?
Yeah.
This one's the most like actually visually like I feel like I'm looking at Magic cards. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. I don't know why. I can't really describe it.
What makes it feel like Magic cards?
Yeah.
Probably a lot of this art was already in a frame.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's framed
the way
for
it
that.
was
Yeah.
designed, yeah, it was
Yeah.
originally in a frame. So putting it in a frame feels perfectly natural.
Yeah.
That's my guess. If I had to guess.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Clone
That's
Saga.
cool though.
That's
Carnage, Crimson Chaos, another one. I'm like, that's epic. They need to do more awesome stuff like that.
yeah.
That's what took me over to Flesh and Blood was the art was great.
Oh yeah.
They're like, come on, Magic, come back with this stuff. And I don't mind if you do your cartoony stuff too. Just give us some of these like crazy, adult themed. It doesn't have to be bloody. Just it looks more serious.
Yeah.
You get it sometimes in some of the other sets, but this one definitely does it.
Yeah. I'm really excited to
I think it's
draft
a good
this.
set. Yeah, I'm curious how it plays. I haven't really read the cards, and I'm fine not reading the cards.
Yeah.
Because same, like I know we're gonna draft it, so I'm just like, let me just go in a little blind.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta pick out. I gotta pick my commander from this set. I want as many colors as possible, so I can include as many Spider-Men as possible.
Don't do it that way. You're gonna regret that.
No, I know.
Look for something you like that like feels right theme wise, and then build around the theme. That's the best way because then you can keep building it even if it's not an optimal deck.
Yeah.
It can like as new stuff comes out and it's thematic, you can continue with that. I mean, that's how I do it, and I love the deck as opposed to just like playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I might do Miles Morales because he's red, green, white.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
+1,
actually a
+1
really
counters.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Because it's the three colors that I like. And I like the counter mechanic.
Yep. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's spider themed, so you can build a couple different spider type decks
Mm-hmm.
out of that. Yeah, that's good.
I can get the fancy version. I like how instead of like they put like first strike and haste and legendary creature, spider human hero down where like the credits would be. Like that's how on the comic the artist and writer and colorist name would be,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the book cover art version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah.
And then he gets camouflage. So for 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. So that seems pretty good. So you can
That's
protect
really
him
good.
as long as you have 2.
Yep.
And then whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control.
That's what I was saying. It's like
Yeah.
you can go crazy on the spider theme with that one.
Yeah. No, that's it. Okay, we found it. We figured it out.
Yeah, I was just say that's pretty much solved. Now
yeah.
realize you can't cast on that side. You have to
Oh, I
transform
know.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, so he's a little slow, but not terrible.
But he
Not
comes out
terrible.
at 2.
He comes out at 2,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's gonna be removed, so you don't want to bring him out at 2.
No, I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's not an expensive commander.
You can target him with the +1 counter, so he's
Mm-hmm.
actually at 3, 4 for 2. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Mm-mm.
Bad at all.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Cool.
Any other cards sticking out at you?
Nothing that is no, because I haven't read them and I don't really want to.
That's fair.
There's probably really good ones in there, but I haven't really looked.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to drafting it.
Yeah. I have a Magic weekend next weekend, so by the time
Nice.
we do the podcast, should theoretically, although I haven't heard about it, so maybe it's getting canceled, should theoretically have more Magic talk.
Nice.
Definitely bring in the 2 new decks, and then, I don't know, some old tested, tried and trues.
Cool.
We'll see how many I get to play.
Cool. We'll have fun if you do.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah. Want to get into the economicals?
Yep. Some weird stuff happening. We're in a weird place. We've been talking about it, so there's that. I guess central banks hold more gold than U.S. Treasuries for the first time in 30 years. This is a bad sign. This means our central banks don't trust the government to pay off its own debt in a way that's actually reliable enough to hold on to it as a backstop for their own assets. That's not entirely true. That's like the dramatic version of it.
Yeah.
But the fact that this hasn't happened in 30 freaking years, and I don't know what that correlated to that 30-year ago mark. Trying to think what that would have been. Nah, maybe the .com bust. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, it's not a good sign. It means there's maybe unstated but felt risk on U.S. Treasuries. Which, if that's the case, then one of these days we get that Liz Truss moment where they go and try to get treasuries sold so they can pay the bills, and they can't, and then they just have to cut programs, which, considering most of this is just tax breaks at this point, and then paying the debt of the debt, right, the actual interest,
right,
and then of course DOD, it becomes very difficult. It becomes difficult to cut services if your services is the military, the interest payment. You're just kind of left hanging in a bad place. So hopefully that doesn't turn into anything serious. And like 30 years ago, it's just a rocky time or something like that.
Yeah.
Next one that was interesting was inflation numbers came out. It's both good and bad, I guess. 2.9%, up 0.9%. So that part's kind of scary, because up 0.9% from, I think it's year over year, last year this time. That's 50% increase from last year.
And last year was a big increase.
Yeah, it's big. That's a big, scary number. You don't want to move that fast. Put it that way. Ticking up 2 or 3, 0.2 or 3 each quarter or whatever's that happens. Like that's the movements that happen, and you can kind of see it coming back down and hoping it to moving slowly up, not high up. This is moving quickly up, and a lot of the early analysis. Now, this is early because this number just came out, but a lot of the early analysis is saying that it's showing from the tariffs. I saw one breakdown. It was something like 67% of the tariff price was still being borne by the U.S. Companies last month. Going forward from here, it's looking like it's going to be more like 63s on the customer. I think it was like 14% was on the customer, and the rest was being borne by third parties. So the balance is shifting, and it's shifting rather quickly. Hence the 0.9% increase in inflation that we're seeing. Once again, getting us to a very uncertain area. Now, the good news is unemployment numbers came out and it was basically flat. There's still under the 300 mark. It was still relatively good. I think it even went down a little bit. So it wasn't like a big deal. It's basically a non-number. It was not worth noting.
Mm-hmm.
And with unemployment staying stable and inflation going up, the right move for the Fed is to increase interest rates, which of course is
But I
politically
thought
charged
they were
right now.
coming down.
Exactly. This is very bad when the politics is what it is and the interference with the Fed is what it is.
And the public expectations are what they are.
Well, only because the
Right.
political interference,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
The
true.
public
Yeah.
expectations what it is
It's one
because
and the
someone's
same. Yeah.
screaming,
One and the
"This has
same.
to
Yeah.
happen, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire the guy," right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna replace him with someone that
Fair.
will make
Yeah.
it happen, right? Like the only reason that expectation is there is because an idiot keeps saying it. Sorry, it's true in this case. Just dumb.
Yeah.
So if we do see interest rates fall when inflation is increasing, expect inflation to go insane because that's what that does. Um, Basically, it allows more flow of money into speculative products and prices will fly. So if you're sad about your current inflationary price adjustment by WotC, be ready for 4 more next year, right? Like that's the kind of thing
Yeah.
you'll see if this gets nutty. Now, that's a big if.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's going to happen because it would be very unprecedented, but we have seen some unprecedented things recently.
Tell me,
But,
what do I not know about unprecedented times?
yeah, right,
When was
exactly.
it
But
not unprecedented?
yeah, exactly. But again, we've talked about this before. It's not like the Fed president. Even someone comes in
Yeah.
and is like, "Yes, I'm going to do what Trump says." Da 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 da. Like he can't. It's not just a one-person deal. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see what happens. There is some efforts to fire other people, even though there's no authority for that. He's trying to pressure people to resign so that he can assign his own people in. I don't know. If it gets that political, then yeah, 15% inflation. Why not? Like that could happen. It has happened in other countries that do this sort of thing. So yeah, that does happen. It's happened in the U.S. once before. It was because of foreign issues with oil. But you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And I'm telling you, if inflation is climbing because of tariffs, which it is bound to do at some point, you don't want a 0% interest rate. You want the opposite. You want a high interest rate to slow that down and try to get under control. There's no easy or clean way out of this other than stopping tariffs.
Yeah.
Which,
You ever watch a short video and wish you saved it somewhere?
oh, why? What?
There was one I saw this week that was you're making me think of. It's this guy and he pulls out this whiteboard and he's all excited about showing this graph and he's just like, "All right, this is what happens when you f around, and this is what happens when you find out. The more you f around, the more
the
you
more
find
you
out."
find out. Exactly. That's where we are right now. It's like, stop, please, because it's gonna be bad.
And that was
We've
the
been saying
entire
it.
thing. It was like 15 seconds and it was
Yeah.
just pure gold.
It's so true. And we've, anyone in the economics world has been saying this since the statement tariff came out before election time, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, don't do that. That's dumb. Oh, you're gonna really do that? Don't do that. Selectively, you do it. Blanket. No, don't do like every
Yeah.
step of the way. It's like you're literally doing the worst possible thing. Everyone knows it. We have a very long history of this. It's not like this is a experiment in some new economic theory. We know. We've done it. We did
Yeah.
it in the U.S. 3 times.
We've
It's
been
been done
here
across the
before.
globe.
We're
It's
going in
just stupid.
circles.
Doesn't do anything good. It's just bad. That's why no one does it. Anyways, the other thing, and this one's unfortunate and more on a long-term scale, but very interesting to see. So I don't know if you heard, Trump suddenly issued high tariffs for India. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like last week or the week before. Come to find out, the reason why is he reached out to President Modi, and this I don't know how true this is. Like this may just be rumor, but this is what I read. But that doesn't mean it's true, right? He reached out to President Modi. You know how he's obsessed with getting on like Time Magazine and getting a Nobel Peace Prize and all that stuff. Like he really wants the accolades. He reached out to Modi, who's the Indian president, and said, "Hey, would you endorse me for the Nobel Peace Prize?" And he said no. and then and then he got 50% tariffs the next week, apparently.
Cool.
Yep. Yep. So that's the basis for the tariffs. And the reason why that's dumb, here's the F around and find out component. The reason why that's dumb is historic geopolitical policy has been to keep India and China, who already do not like each other. They have a long history fighting across their borders, punching each other in the nose. They both have giant populations. There's a lot of things that put them in contention. The US has always been happy to allow that contention to maintain and played both sides off each other like, we'll do a deal here. No, we'll do a deal there. Kind of keeping it balanced. So everyone's kind of a little bit off balance, right? And the US gets
Yeah.
to win in that circumstance, right? Well, when you punch India, the fastest growing economy in the goddamn world, in the nose, guess what they do? They say, well, screw you. We don't need your consumer economy. We'll go right over our next door neighbor border and
Mm-hmm.
sell to the largest consuming economy on the planet as it is developing. It isn't quite there yet, but it will be soon. It's
Yeah.
within the next few years. It will be the largest consumer economy on the planet, i.e., a good replacement for the US market, which all of our specialness was about the fact that we consume the way we do in our culture. China is building that culture and building that, engine, and it is running. Well, so India and China and Russia actually did a thing together, a summit somewhere, came out and showed strength. I don't remember the basis of the summit, but basically Russia and China took extra steps to call out the unfair treatment of India and like, we feel you, we're your friend, like come join us, be cool with us.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of politics around Modi, but he's leans more their direction in the way he wants to govern than others, right? In the past
Mm-hmm.
in India. And so when this happened, sure enough, China's like, come to China. Let us show you what you can do. Like let's do business. Like open for business. Forget the past. Let's be part of the future. Modi shows up, full red carpet, full like gold treatment, like really treated massively with respect. Very easy for someone that's in a political position to forget past wrongs and work the politics for the
Mm-hmm.
betterment of your country's economy and all this stuff when that sort of treatment is given. And so the two largest Asian countries, two largest manufacturing bases, two largest consumer bases, and two largest electronics and software bases on the planet by population, right? Just joined forces. That's, I think, 2/3 of the planet's population or something like that. It's a huge number of people.
Yeah.
And when they join forces instead of being in contention, guess what? America loses, period. Like, lost. You lost global dominance. If they create a strong economic tie, forget about it. The West doesn't come back. Not in a century.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a different world if that actually happens. And to be fair, like, if you want to go into the history of economics and such, China has been the dominant force in economics around the globe for 90% of human history. Like you go back the
Right.
Silk Road
Right.
and all that
Right.
stuff, like gold trade always flowed to China. Like through most of history, China was the powerhouse of the globe because of various factors of, the way they're structured and materials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this 200-300 year split and change to Western dominance economically was a special moment, in human history.
Sure.
That was held on to very tightly and very cautiously for a very long time until people forgot their history lessons and instead just kicked us in the teeth.
Yeah.
So, bad news for the next couple centuries, assuming it continues this way. We'll see what happens, though. It's just a first step. But boy, when I saw that, I was like, oh man, well, if you ever questioned whether the U.S. is on the verge of decline, this just answered the question. The U.S. will not be able to compete against whatever it is, like 7 billion people or something.
No, yeah.
6 billion people.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, we just are nowhere at scale. Like,
No.
we just can't. Not even close.
No.
So, yeah, crazy. Anyways, that one was a weird one, but I was just like, whoa, that's like socioeconomics.
Yeah. That's wild stuff.
Change. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Great news.
Cool.
Economics.
Right. Well, as I say every week, if the world's still spinning next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.